Okay, so here's a quick video that I'm going to do of a jukebox that I've got for sale. Yet another jukebox. This is a 1984 Rockola Supersound 2, and let me tell you, it does sound pretty super. And that's as cheesy as that sounds. It does sound super. But anyway, I'll get into that a bit later. This. Rockolas, particularly from this era, tend to not age well. That's not to say that they're not good jukeboxes. They're, among some of the most reliable ones. But they were using press wood and tended to not age the greatest. The sides would get all banged up, and the T-molding would come off, and it's unfortunate because they're not bad machines, but a lot of them look pretty worse for wear by now. But this one is a real survivor. Well, as I'd mentioned, the side of these things typically, and this one's got lovely faux wood grain. You could tell it was 1984. It's perfect. I mean, and I do sincerely mean perfect. There's not a single nick or scratch or scuff. There's no swelling. Some of them would swell if they were in a place where there was moisture. You get swelling down at the bottom. This has none of that. It's really, and I'll show you the other side just because. It's perfect, both sides, and being that it is a true survivor with nothing missing, nothing wrong with it, it has the keys to the coin box. The coin box is intact. It has there's a little bag in there where the money would go into. Everything is there as it was back in 1984. It really is in really, really great shape, which is rare for a Rockola. The other thing that I should mention, the T-molding on this. So a lot of these, this era of Rockola, this model, the Supersound 1, I've had one before, and I've seen a bunch of these. They've got T-molding clearly, which I'm touching with my finger here. A lot of them have been replaced. By the time I get a hold of them, it's whatever, 30 some odd years later. The T-molding was beat up, and it's been replaced usually with the same kind of T-molding you'd see on an arcade game, like this rubber stuff. And I've gotten some where I've had to replace it with that rubber stuff, and it looks fine. It does a good job, and in some cases the rubber stuff looks maybe better than what was originally on there. But this one has the original T-molding, which is sort of like this aluminum strip. So... which, that's the first time I've seen that. Anyway, so the T-molding is original, and it's beautiful. It's fine. I mean, it's dark in here, and I probably should do my videos with a bit more light, but whatever. So yeah, clean T-molding. The art in the front is nice and bright and shiny. I don't know if this is worth mentioning, but it's a David C. Rockola signature model. Yes, I don't know if that means anything, but maybe it does, and maybe it's special, maybe not, but it has that, so yay. Maybe that's why it sounds so good. Maybe David C. Rockola kind of went in there and tweaked this thing to make sure that it sounded awesome, and we'll get to that, because it does really, it'll blow your socks off. I touched up the art here. That's kind of the only really boo-boo that it has that's bad. Whatever, this sort of laminated image back here that has like a 3D effect. I don't think this is picking it up, but there's kind of a 3D effect that goes on with the art, and I had to touch it up, so whatever, that's that. But this was all taken apart and cleaned, and it was full of nasty, and so that's been all gone through. Amplifier's been gone through. What else did I do? The computer system. So yeah, this has a computer system. Unlike some of the older, like this one. It's all mechanical. There's lots of clicks and pops and clunks, and that's very charming and great. But the computerized ones, when they're working, when the computers aren't, in need of repair, they're phenomenal because they're quick, they're sharp, they're fast, they pick the record that you want, and it just works. So this one had all of the service done to the main computer board. The amplifier has been serviced. The mechanism obviously has been lubed and adjusted and everything that you might need. It's basically ready to do whatever it needs to do wherever it is. I guess you could conceivably put this, you know, it has everything in it to operate commercially if you wanted to. But I mean, whatever, that's up to whoever buys it. But yeah, it's all there. It's a, I think I've said it, you know, it's a true survivor. It's complete. Anyway, before this gets overly long, so yeah, digital. So, you know, you pick your song like that. It goes in there. Lift the lid on it. Pretty cool. This is that mech that I was telling you about, the Rockola mechanism that never ever breaks as long as you lube it and do what you're supposed to do. Look at all the magic happening. It is going. Picks the record. And there you go. There you go. That's what it's all about.
But I've been forgotten, not Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I know it doesn't do it justice. I'm gonna turn the volume up. But I mean, it probably makes no difference. It sounds amazing! So yeah, if you want to buy a Rockola Supersound too, you should buy this one because it's really loud and great and awesome. So yeah.